Okay, welcome back to book study. I have a treat for you. Okay, but before I mention the treat that I have for you, what I'd like for everyone to do is we're going to do our normal thing, which we normally do here at this Serenity Channel online AA group. What we're going to do is we're going to click the tab so we can open a new tab. Okay, so we've got one side of me, the other side, it's blank. And of course, because it's book study, we want you to have your study materials, okay, your highlighter, paper, pen or pencil, ready for class. And, okay, now we want you to go to www.aa.org. Okay, now we're there. Okay, you're on Alcoholics Anonymous, the main website. It says, welcome to Alcoholics Anonymous. Okay, all right. Read the daily reflection. At the top, it says, what's new? Next to that, there's the read the daily reflections. I need you to read that. Make a donation. Please make a donation to Alcoholics Anonymous. Whatever your heart is led to give, please give. This is what we do today. We reach back. We help the alcoholic that's still out there suffering. As a veteran, I know that there are plenty of bridges where there are veterans under the bridge right now who have just given up. And this is why I give. Not only for vets, but for all alcoholics. I know what this disease can do. This disease kills. And when we support AA through our donations, we're helping the alcoholic that still suffers. So we're always in our 12th step, and this is what we can do today. You know, we're able to do this today. You know, because we've come to realize that that our talents are to be used and shared to help others, and AA allows us to do that today. So again, donate. Thank you for donating. And next is our introductions. Okay, again, this is the Serenity Channel online AA group. My name's Henry. I'm your secretary, and I'm an alcoholic. Okay. What I'd like to do is start with a moment of silence, followed by the Serenity prayer. We'll do that right now. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay, let's have some fun. I am very excited about my assignment. As a substitute teacher, there are some classes that I really look forward to. This is one of those classes. What I have here is called The Book That Started It All. The original working manuscript of Alcoholics Anonymous. Take a look at it. We're going to have fun reading this together. We are going to have fun reading this together. Together. Woo! At the bottom it states, with essays and notes by leading AA historians. Leading AA historians. Okay, I'm going to open it up. I'm reading just the inside strip right here. We're going to read this whole thing, but we're just going to start right now with the inside strip. Okay, at the top, I'm going to let you see me reading there. At the top, amid the wealth of literature on Alcoholics Anonymous, you have in your hands the greatest treasure of all. Wow. The beginning of it all. The charter of the fellowship. Fine Books and Collections ranks the purchase of the Big Book Manuscript among the top 10 in 2007, along with the Magna Carta, and comparing the working manuscript of the Big Book to the Great Charter of our constitutional liberty is not all that far-fetched. Both great works offer the freedom of oppression, and both have, in different ways, changed the world for the better. But finally, the value of this book is measured by the people it touches. As many AA members would say, what's a book worth that saves your life? From the introductory essay, The Big Book Revealed. Is that cool or what? Next, just below it, next paragraph, Alcoholics Anonymous, commonly known as the Big Book, is the publication that forever changed the way the world treats alcoholics and addiction, written by AA's co-founder, Bill Wilson, with contributions from a handful of original 100 AA members. The Big Book has been revered and studied as a textbook for the program by millions worldwide since its publication in 1939. Again, this text, Alcoholics Anonymous, is studied as a textbook. This is the book here. Studied as a textbook. That's why you're going to need your yellow highlighter. You'll need that. Okay. Next paragraph. We haven't even opened a page yet, and I'm still super excited on just what I've read so far. Okay, the original working manuscript from which the printer's proof was created shows handwritten changes made in black, green, and red pencil on page after page, revealing the opinions, the debates, and the discussion that went into making the Big Book. Is that cool or what? For nearly 40 years, the primary document lay without the confines of Bill and Lois Wilson's home in Bedford Hills, New York. In 1978, Lois gifted her most prized possession to a friend, and the document stayed hidden from the public view for nearly 30 years. More until it was eventually purchased by its current owner, whose goal is to share it with the world. Is that cool? The person who bought it, their goal was to share this manuscript with the world. It's written. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do the best that I can to help the person who purchased this manuscript share this amazing piece of life-changing literature with the world. Yeah, I want to do that. Now it says continue on the back of the flap, so I think it means for me to go to the back of the book, that part of the flap, which it does. Bing! All right, continue reading from the flap. Continue from front flap, okay? So let me make sure this is right. The front flap. Yep. And the back. Okay. Hazelden makes a nearly forgotten piece of AA history, available to the public in this 4-color hardcover edition that features high definition reproductions of each page of the manuscript, the original manuscript, which were created using a special process served for special, fragile, and rare documents. 2 essays by selected Big Book and AA historians annotated notes on the text, the transcription of the 1954 speech by Bill Wilson on the making of the Big Book, and a short publication history of the Big Book provided content to deeper appreciation of this exceptional document. Now this is quoting Bill W. that I'm reading right now. Quote, arriving at the printing plant, we brought with us the mangled and precious printer's copy of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. When the Cornwall manager saw the mess our book was in, he was so dismayed that he almost sent us home to make a fresh typing of the whole business. This is Bill W. Much respect. All right. Wow. I am so honored to have this book. I'm so honored to be able to read this book to you. Truly, I'm so honored. As a substitute teacher, I'm so honored. I literally could cry. I mean, I love what I do. I love teaching. I love seeing kids grow. I love seeing people absorb information. But this manuscript here, I'm telling you now, I'm humble. First page, the book that started it all. And I will, when there's little scribbles and things, I'll make sure to show those as well. Okay, the original working manuscript of Alcoholics Anonymous, and it was published by Hazelden Books. Right. Hazelden Books, 2010, Hazelden Foundation. It's printed in Canada. This is the 3rd printing, April 2011. No part of this publication may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, okay, or transmitted in any form or by any means, electronic, uh, mechanical, photo, copying, recording, scanning, or otherwise without the express written permission of the publisher, which means that from here on out I can't show you guys anymore. But you did get to see important stuff. Next is just going to be reading. That's all you really need to know anyway. But you're getting this right out the book. That's the important part. You're getting it right out the book. Failure to comply with these terms may expose you to legal action and damages for copyright infringement. We don't want to do that. Definitely on YouTube. Copyright infringement could get the page shut down. We don't want to shut the page down. The Library of Congress catalog data, okay, that's in there. The editor's name, the editor's notes. Alcoholics Anonymous or AA, the Big Book, are all registered trademarks of Alcoholics Anonymous World Incorporated. The speeches on pages 205 through 218 has been transcribed with the permission from a CD that is available from Recovery Speakers. And you can go to www.recoveryspeakers.org. Recovery speakers, like the speakers that, like if someone's talking, a speaker, or a speaker that plays music, speaker. Recoveryspeakers.org. Okay, the design and blah, 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 blah. This book was printed on acid-free paper. Okay, publication notes. The original working manuscript of Alcoholics Anonymous has been captured with state-of-the-art technology, utilizing a center aging large format camera, back and saved as TIFF images at looks like 300 dpi resolution for preservation of the manuscript. Each page was treated with alkaline material to aid in preventing deterioration to the paper. The papers were placed inside separate sleeves made by polyester film, and finally, the sleeves were encapsulated in which all air was pressured out, and then making each sleeve perfectly flat. The annotations that appeared throughout the manuscript have been conserved in their original state without artificial means to wash away imperfections in the ink. However, the inks were found to be water sensitive and not conducive to treatment for purposes of maximum preservation. The color of the page vary slightly due to the natural aging of the paper used to compose the document, along with other possible factors. For further preservation, to further preserve the integrity of the pages, no color enhancement was attempted in preparing this manuscript for print. Consequently, the result is a remarkable visual display that archives our primary intentions to close as possible, give readers the experience of viewing the actual document. What I will try to do is, when there are writings, I will try and hold them up, but I'll hold them up back here so you can't read the publication, but you can see the inscription in green. They say some of the inscriptions are green, some are black, some are red, just so that you can see the inscriptions to the manuscript. I can show that, but just so you can see the inscriptions and not the print. Okay, next page. In homage to my grandmother, who often cited the famous line from the Sermon on the Mount, "Don't hide your light under a bushel," I, the current owner of the manuscript, happily, proudly, and humbly make the original working manuscript edition of the Big Book accessible to the public for the first time. What that means is this book is accessible to the public, and it means that you can buy it. Yeah. Oh yeah. I already gave you all the publishing information. You can also go to your bookstore, which you should already have online. You should already see. Hopefully you've made your donation by now. I'm going to continue to read from this, but I think I'm going to stop right at the preface. I'm going to stop at the preface. And I'm going to stop after the preface so that we can begin on page 1. Now, our table of contents, we have our preface, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different chapters. These chapters are historical context and suggested framework for the reading of the working manuscript. The next is the Big Book revealed. The next is the original working manuscript. The next are notes on the manuscript. Thematic listing of edits with annotations. Okay. How the next is how the book Alcoholics Anonymous came about. Bill W.'s speech at the Texas State AA Convention. This was in June the 12th of 1954. Okay, the publication of AA, which is the last chapter, the publication of AA, A Short History. Now, this is going to literally be super fun. As an educator, I'm chomping at the bit. I'll start with the preface. Presented herein, printed from high definition scan, is the original working manuscript of Alcoholics Anonymous, known to people in 12-step programs worldwide as the Big Book. We are grateful to the owners of the manuscript and for allowing Hazelden to make this seminal work available to readers for the first time. Following this preface, you will find 2 essays that introduce and illuminate the manuscript from 2 different but complementary perspectives. The first essay, Historical Content and Suggested Framework for Reading the Working Manuscript, was written by a Big Book historian commissioned by the publisher. The second essay, The Big Book Revealed, was written by a group of AA historians commissioned by the owner of the manuscript. They described in writing as their essay as follows. This essay represents the wisdom and perspectives of many different AA historians and enthusiasts, as well as the finishing touches of reading reviewers and friends. It is, in fact, much the same sort of collaboration that the original Big Book represents. An act of good fellowship rather than an attempt to deliver the final word. We trust that what is presented here will become part of the continued effort to uncover, debate, expand, and correct the history of origins of AA. The claims, point of view, facts here represent our best collective effort to accurately put the origins of the Big Book in perspective, and will surely benefit from the further knowledge, opinions, and research of our readers. Which means this is a great thing that you guys want to do research. That's what we do today. We continue to research. After the presentation of the manuscript, you will find 3 contributions which are meant to provide further historical content for appreciating the manuscript. Number 1, an annotated list of the edits made to the manuscript gathered under 5 thematic topics provided by a lecturer, a teacher on 12 steps, with additional listings provided by Hazelden editorial staff. Number 2, a transcript of Bill Wilson's speech of the original Big Book given at the Texas State AA Convention in 1954. And number 3, a short publishing history of the Big Book by the AA historians who wrote the second essay, The Big Book Revealed. All right. We offer these essays and other materials not as the exhaustive or authoritative final word on the remarkable document, but as guideposts to help readers unlock their own individual interceptions and insights as they watch the text evolve before their very eyes, and with hopes that the ideas revealed may come alive in their own hearts and minds. That's lovely. The writers and contributors of the materials in this book, except for Bill Wilson's speech, are currently members of AA and have chosen to remain anonymous. It's a huge reason why I must change my last name. What we do here in AA, remain anonymous. That simply says the editor. No names. It's the editor. The editor. Can I show that part? Ooh, the editor. That's it. Now, we're going to stop here because we're going to start with page 1. Our next episode of reading the book that started it all, the working manuscript, the original working manuscript of Alcoholics Anonymous. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. You guys are amazing. This Serenity Channel online AA group is growing. I'm super happy about it. I'm super excited about it. Being able to read this material to the masses is it's a dream come true for me. It really is, and I'm honored. And wow, I got a job to do, and I want to do it well. So if God, or if your higher power feel you would like to bless me, please donate. If not, that's cool too. I'm just happy you're here. I'm happy that you give me this page the time. And we're going to conclude this. We're going to start up. We're going to start up again next time. But as for today, again, thanks for being here. Peace, blessings to you all. We always like to end with the Lord's Prayer. So please allow me. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Till the next time. We out.